Hello everyone, my lovely people, my beautiful subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me. I cannot thank you enough for clicking on the video. Anyway, today is a whole video just based off of straight up my favorite foundations and concealers I have been trying for acne all of 2019. My mission is to find a new foundation in 2020. We will see if we can beat what I have going on here, because this is like my ride or die acne proof. When I say it's acne proof, it covers it covers so much. This is like the stuff I wore when I was in my darkest days, when I wanted to like cover every speck of my face. I became way more confident now. I'm not afraid to, go barefaced. But obviously, if I want to wear makeup, I do it only based off of me feeling like it and not because I feel like I have to. It's a huge difference there. Anyway, because again, of course, if you're all struggling with acne or any facial imperfections, you of course should not feel obligated to wear a lick of makeup if it does not make you feel happy. So anyway, with that being said, I will go on to my favorite concealers and foundations of 2019. You may or may not know what they are. Okay, so I guess I will straight up start with foundation. So I will just straight up say my best and favorite foundation I've ever worn. That is full acne proof. That is full on acne coverage. Probably know what it is, but it is Marc Jacobs Remarkable foundation. This honestly has been my favorite foundation for like a few years. I have never found something that is so intense, so high coverage, that does not even look cakey, because the formula, the consistency is so thin and you could spread and sheer it out. Or you could take a few of these drops and just put it in your favorite sunscreen and make a tinted moisturizer out of it so it's more natural and sheer. You can really diversify these drops, and honestly, this will last you so long. But this definitely takes the cake of the best foundation to cover acne 2019. The only thing I will say is it does contain alcohol, and alcohol is definitely a bit more drying and kind of can make your skin a bit sensitive over time with continuous use. So definitely do not use this every single day. Only use it on days you really feel like you need to. I usually only wear this during like my nights out of town or whatever, when I want like, again, full on coverage and I know that this is going to cover and be a winner every single time. So yeah, I will just show you one more foundation that does contain alcohol, but the rest of the foundations and concealers I'll show you will not, so you don't have to worry about that if you are concerned about that stuff. Anyway, with that being said, the second foundation, this is definitely medium coverage, but it's definitely more so for like everyday school or something. Or again, if you're going a night out of town but you don't want to have a mask on. Too Faced Born This Way foundation. So this definitely again takes the cake of best foundation that is medium coverage. It covers acne very well with about 2 layers. But this is just also another high-end alternative if you don't want to get a mask every day. You want just something that's still good coverage that will cover your acne, but you don't want it, again, like a mask. Anyway, on to drugstore foundations that I have been wearing constantly through 2019 that I thought would be worthy of mentioning. So this, again, by far takes the cake of the best foundation 2019. Full coverage, you only need 1 layer. It is the Wet n Wild. This is the PHOTOFOCUS foundation. It's only like $7 or $8. It's so cheap. This literally covers your acne. All you need is 1 layer, 1 thin layer, and I swear it's pretty much almost as good as this. Not as high coverage, I will give it that. It's not gonna be nearly, I don't think any foundation honestly will be like nearly as high coverage as this, but this definitely, you can get away with every single day use with 1 layer. It's still gonna look natural, and the finish on this is so amazing. It's not matte, it's more satin. It's not dewy nor matte, so this honestly just looks like your skin but better. And that's why I love this so much, and I will continue to be using this throughout 2020. The only thing I don't like about it is the smell. I mean, I think everyone can attest to that. Is that the right word? I think everyone is on the same boat when I say we all hate the smell, so that's just thought I'd point that out, throw that out there. Okay, so I have a couple more foundations that, again, they are full duty, full coverage, only 1 layer, but still they look natural. This is so busted. But this is the Milani Conceal and Perfect This is definitely, again, one of the best foundations. I personally use Drugstore of 2019. That, again, is just full out, like so full coverage. And again, the finish is not matte nor dewy. It's, again, more of a satin finish, and those are the best finishes in foundation, in my opinion, if you want just the most natural payoff on your skin, especially if you have acne prone skin, because it's like you don't want to mattify your face to the point where like it literally just looks cakey and like crusty. But then you don't want it dewy to the point of like your skin becoming more oily throughout the day, because again, acne prone skin tends to be more oily. So satin is like that perfect medium finish, and it's just pleasing to anyone who breaks out. Whew, I feel like I'm talking so much. One of the best Drugstore foundations of 2019. Then the last Drugstore foundation I will say of 2019. And again, this is one of the most like natural finishes. I'm all about the finishes and the coverage. If you have a good finish, if you have a good coverage. So this is the NYX Total Cover Drops. These are so thin, and a little goes such a long way with these things, especially in the summer. I feel like this would be super, super good for just summertime, because the formula in regards to like the consistency, it's so incredibly thin. So I feel like, again, this would be the perfect summertime foundation. Going to the beach or whatever if you want. I mean, I don't personally wear foundation there, but you can totally if you're wearing just something that's light that you're not gonna, I guess, notice. You don't feel this on your skin at all. Out of all my foundations, this is the one foundation that, again, I've never felt it on my skin. It's overall full coverage. The finish is very natural. The texture, the consistency is super thin. So I feel like I have nothing but good things to say about this. And yeah, these are the best foundations, me personally, I have used in 2019. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot this foundation. I literally wear this like almost every day too. This, it's so beaten up. Like you can literally know, like I love the crap out of this. This is the Your Skin But Better CC Cream. Speaking of summertime foundations, this is probably like the best foundation in the summer you could possibly wear. And alongside of that is my Physicians Formula BB Cream. These two, again, they're not like acne proof. And again, this video is strictly just for acne proof foundations, but I thought I would throw these out there because they both have SPF. They're both super like light to medium coverage. They build, well, this is actually like medium to full. This is more like light to medium. But again, I just thought I'd throw these out there. If you have acne, but you don't want to have a mask or really full coverage, this will basically be just enough to even out your skin tone, get rid of the redness, but still let your imperfections shine through, which I personally love. I love that look personally. So yeah, I just thought I'd throw those out there because, again, sometimes we don't want full coverage all the time when we have acne. It's nice to just have a little bit of even skin tone, which those provide for sure. Again, best of the best 2019 for sure. Whew, foundations. There we go. Let's move on to concealers. So the best concealers of 2019, my opinion, of course. I'll start off with Drugstore and then I'll save the best for last. Because let's be real, my best concealers for my acne scars, like full on, are my high-end ones. But I will start off with Drugstore. I still love Drugstore concealers and I have quite a few of Drugstore concealers that are super, super good for acne coverage. I'm not necessarily basing it off of the coverage. I mean, obviously that's important, but like more so about like the finish as well and overall like consistency of the product. I have 4 concealers right here. These honestly are probably like the best concealers I've tried as of recently. So I'm gonna start off with the Milani Conceal and Perfect. The finish is so good and it's just like probably one of the most natural finishes in my opinion. This may not be the full out like heavy duty concealer. If anything, it just mimics like the foundation, but I had to include this anyway just because the coverage is good, but also it's more so about the finish that is amazing. My second favorite concealer, okay, so this is the most matte finish out of all these concealers. It's the Can't Stop Won't Stop, but at the same time I feel like this covers a bit more well than the Milani, even though all of these concealers pretty much cover the same. This one I would say is like literally the slightest a bit more coverage. This has the most mattifying finish out of all of these concealers and this dries down the fastest, so you definitely have to be careful of that. But also, with that being said, that I think maybe is why it covers a bit more better, because I think maybe the overall consistency, since it does dry down a bit faster, that means there's more of a chance of it not really, I guess, as you continue with your makeup, it doesn't like rub off or it won't fade, I guess. That probably explains why it maybe covers a bit more, not because of the coverage more so, it's more so again of the finish, and that's why it covers more. I might sound crazy for saying that, but honestly, I think that's why. So that's the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer. The next one, which I really love the finish, this is probably one of the most natural ones out of, well, I mean, obviously the Milani is very natural. This is a bit more higher coverage than the Milani, but also it's not as matte as the NYX. It's kind of like an in-between, so this is definitely one of the more again, natural finishes, which I love. I don't know if I'm gonna get some hate for this. The reason why I didn't put the e.l.f. Camo Concealer is because the e.l.f., in my opinion, was like the most drying out of all of them. Despite the NYX being a more mattifying concealer, the e.l.f. one, for some reason, just seemed so much more crusty and like crepey. So I don't know, I just couldn't find myself to put it on this list. Sorry if you're disappointed. Honestly, I feel like this CoverGirl is just a better version of like the e.l.f. concealer. It won't have like that crusty, dry kind of a look. It is a bit more matte, but it's like not so matte to the point where it's going to again leave that like dry look. Yeah, I definitely recommend this one. It is the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer, and yeah, this is probably one of the best again concealers to straight up. I use concealers as foundation sometimes when I am having really bad skin days, so totally you can use this as a foundation. It will not look gross or crusty at all. Crusty is such a gross word, but that's how I'm gonna explain. Okay, so the very last concealer, and I feel like this concealer does not get mentioned at all on YouTube, like literally not once I've heard this. So I thought I would give this and save this for last because this is honestly one of my favorite concealers now, and I think this concealer is like the cheapest out of all of the concealers, like every single concealer I own. This takes the cake for I think the best acne coverage concealer. This is the Matte Camouflage Concealer from Essence. The reason why I love this concealer, it says it's a matte concealer, but it's not matte. It is like full on like satin finish. It's like the most natural finish, and it's such high coverage. I mean, it does say waterproof and it covers tattoos, so I mean, must be full coverage. But no, like when I have tried this is literally the most like, again, natural concealer I've ever tried when it comes to covering any imperfections on your skin. You could totally use it as a foundation if you wanted to, and it won't even look noticeable. And also, out of all of these concealers, this has nothing to do with acne, but when I tried this concealer specifically under my eye area, it does not crepe and it doesn't like crease. And I think it's also because of the finish, because it's not matte, so it won't dry out your under eyes, but it's like, again, not so dewy to the point where it's gonna slip and slide everywhere. The perfect finish ever on your under eyes. And again, the formula, like the consistency is so thin. Not only be high coverage, but also you can get away with layering it as well, so it won't crepe up, become crusty. This definitely takes the cake for the best concealer, acne coverage, and just overall natural concealer of 2019. Of course, I have to save the best two for last, and these are my high-end concealer. The first one, again, this is like the best concealer I've ever tried in my life when it comes to like face acne. This is the Tarte Shape Tape concealer. I think you all knew that I was going to say that because I use it so much in my videos, and this is literally the most high coverage thing I've ever tried in my life. Besides the Marc Jacobs, of course. You can also use this concealer as a foundation, and it literally looks so natural. This is honestly pretty much meant to be a foundation. Like, that's how good the overall like quality of this product is. It's so good. This definitely takes the cake for the best high-end concealer 2019. Anyway, the second and final concealer I have that is the high-end is the Bye Bye Under Eye It Cosmetics. You all know I use this in every single one of my videos. I mainly use it again under my eyes because I feel like this is the perfect concealer under your eyes because it does not crease at all. If you do get the right shade for your skin, this honestly again is just as good as this. Like, these two are literally the same. Like, they're so identical. This one, the consistency is a bit more thicker. This is so heavy duty. Both of these are definitely very heavy duty, but again, when it comes to acne coverage, both of these, they're totally good for face makeup. You can use either one as a full foundation again, and it just will look completely natural. The most natural concealers I by far have tried in my whole life. I've again yet to find better face products than these, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Oh, that was a lot. I'm so tired. Oh, that was a lot of words. Okay, I'm signing off. I gotta take a nap or something. This tired me out. Okay. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed my favorite face products of 2019 for acne coverage, the best of the best. I will, of course, link all these products down below. Yeah, comment down below what your favorite concealer and foundation was of 2019, and we will see if we can beat that, or who knows, maybe we'll stick to the same foundations and concealers in 2020. As of now, this is what I'm sticking to until I can find something else, if I ever do. Anyway, with that being said, I hope you have a good day, good night, wherever you're watching this. Please subscribe if you want to see more of me. I post every Sunday and Thursday. Hit the bell notification so you don't hit the bell notification so you don't miss any video I post. Of course, all the products to this video and all my social medias will be linked down below. Please support me, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, virtual hugs and virtual kisses, and I will see you next time. Okay, peace.